All right. So other than just talking about trading, I just like business and investing and all that type of stuff in general. So I saw this video by Fern. It's called the $2.1 billion macaroni machine. The $2.1 billion McDonald's machine. Um, I like to watch documentaries. Like I know that's kind of weird, but I'm curious to see what this is going to be about. Well, I already know it's about the McDonald's machine, but I remember first seeing these in Toronto, maybe 2016, 2017, sometime around there. And then they came to the US maybe like around 2019, 2020. And then that's what I thought was interesting. That led me to find out that McDonald's and a lot of other brands will do stuff in other markets before they bring it to the US. So like when it comes to trying different flavored foods or different things like of that nature, they try it in other countries first before they bring it home to the good bald eagle. But anyways, let's check out this video, see what they're talking about.
A double cheeseburger. So you find yourself in front of one of these. Self-order terminals, or SOTs, are in almost every restaurant of the chain now. You start browsing and end up buying a big tasty bacon with fries and a Coke, plus
Super side note. Kayla, my fiance, and I, we love using this machine. We're both somewhat antisocial. So, the less human interaction we have to have, the better. If I see this machine, I will go to it before I go to another human, which is crazy because you would think that I would go to a human before I go to the machine, but I don't have to deal with that. Oh, hi, like, can I take your order? Then I'm thinking about it, looking at the menu, all that awkwardness. It's just quick and easy. You tap what you want, you pay, pick it up, you leave. Bada boom, bada bing.
nuggets and a McFlurry for dessert. Once you see your food in front of you, you feel guilty. You ordered way more than you initially wanted. Many people have this experience at fast food restaurants. Since the introduction of SOTs, the average order has gotten bigger and bigger. But why?
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Today, we're going to talk about one of the most used user interfaces in the world and its countless tricks to take as much money as possible from you. McDonald's is
I'm kind of talking to Kayla with this, but babe, do we order more food, in your opinion, than when we use the machine than when we go through the drive-thru? I think it's about the same. I don't think we order more. Yeah, I don't think we order more. I don't think so, but let me know what you think.
by far the most valuable fast food chain in the world. Its stock price has nearly quadrupled over the past 10 years. Today, there are more than 40,000 McDonald's
Never mind. I was thinking I might look at the McDonald's chart after this, but no.
restaurants around the world. Many of them are so-called restaurants of the future. SOTs are a key factor in the success of the concept. With their large touchscreens, they look like giant double-sided smartphones. McDonald's is considered a pioneer in the fast food industry when it comes to these terminals. They tested the first SOTs in Europe in 2008.
Oh, wow.
Today they can be found in almost all of its restaurants. Other chains like Burger King and KFC have followed suit. The terminals have supposedly increased McDonald's profits in Germany by about 15%. That's according to an insider who spoke to the German.
Okay, so this is a little maybe foreshadowing. I have no idea, but I'm thinking that instead of people actually ordering more food, I'm thinking that there might be more things on the menu that you see on the little kiosk thing rather than what you see on the main menu, like above the staff's head. That's the only thing I can think of because I'm trying to figure out, do people actually order more from this? Like, I'm curious if they provide data on that.
Public broadcaster ZDF. In 2018, former McDonald's CEO Steve Easterbrook confirmed that the terminals definitely increased profits. His main reason? Customers take significantly longer to place their order. But why would that be a good thing? Design influences our choices, not only at McDonald's but also in our everyday life. You'd probably go for this watch rather than this one. Holzkern watches are made from natural materials such as wood and marble. They only use FSC certified wood or residual wood from the furniture
This is an ad.
industry. Holzkern has a collection of over 1,000 products
Crazy transition into an ad, but an ad. Nonetheless, I hate ads.
you can choose from. This watch, for example, is made of walnut wood and marble. This silver ring is made with Hawaiian koa wood, and the natural component exclusive 10% discount
See?
on your first
Told you.
order. Thanks
Told
to
you
free
not.
express shipping, it will
I'm
be
not
with
hating on you,
within
Fern.
2 to 5 days.
I'm not hating on you, Fern. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get your bread one way or another. But I just hate ads. But that was an easy transition. That was solid.
There's even a 24-day money-back guarantee. To recap, you only wanted to order a double cheeseburger. Let's take a closer look at
Okay,
the
here we
example from the beginning. To recap, you only wanted to order a double cheeseburger when you entered the store. In the main menu, you are presented with inviting images of burgers. The more expensive items, like the double hamburger royale, are especially eye-catching. On the left, you can find the different food categories. Here, McDonald's is setting a so-called reference value. Going forward, you'll subconsciously compare other items to these expensive ones. Even if you don't go for the pricier burgers, the double cheeseburger now seems pretty affordable. This makes you more likely to upgrade the cheap burger. We've just seen 2 examples of nudging. Nudges are designed to influence our behavior by presenting options in different ways. Sometimes they are subtle and sometimes more obvious. In this case, the icons on the side are much smaller than the prominently placed menus in the center. More space on the interface demands more of your attention. The same thing happens once you enter the submenu. The big burgers are at the top and the cheaper ones are at the bottom. It's like a supermarket shelf. You have to bend down or scroll down to see the cheap stuff. The more expensive items are at eye level. As a result, you don't even notice the double cheeseburger because of all the juicier burgers on top. The big tasty bacon in particular is just too tempting to resist. Make it a meal? Yeah, why not? Fries and a Coke, let's go. Should you get the McMenu small or the regular McMenu for just 50 cents more? Well, of course, the regular then. Anything?
Oops. Oh, dang it.
Yeah, you're in the mood for anything.
Okay. I will admit here, if I do see a value difference from a small to a large, and it's only a 50-cent difference, I'm not gonna lie, your boy gonna go ahead and cop that for real.
McMenu for just 50 cents more. Well, of course, the regular then. Anything else? Cheeseburger? Nope. Nuggets? Yeah, you're in the mood for that. The colorful animation you see when you make...
Okay, see, I don't do that. I do not do that. Like, when I see the extras, I can't say I never. Maybe I've done it once, but I very rarely ever have added to my my meal or whatever I'm buying just because of the recommendations. Usually they're more annoying than anything because I'm just ready to check out.
Make the purchase isn't random. It's there to reward you and make you feel good about adding things to the cart. Next, the terminal doesn't take you to the checkout. It just takes you back to the menu. Now that you'll...
I did notice this. You know what? We're not going to curse on this channel. I did notice this. If I cursed previously, I apologize. But I did notice this. That when you do order, it takes you right back so you can get something else. And it could be a version of nudging. But to me, it just seems like if there was something else that you wanted to place, it brings you back. Because usually Kayla and I will get like my meal and then her meal. And then that's it. But if it didn't bring us back, I wouldn't have been able to get her meal at that point. You know what I mean?
Looking at it, a dessert would be nice too. Why not get a McFlurry? Wait,
I'm not gonna lie. The McDonald's menu in Europe, wherever this is, looks fire. Like, I would love to try that McFlurry chalk. I don't even know we have that in Canada or US. Or what is that? Shucklinson? This one here at the bottom? I don't know, man. That shit looks it looks good.
How much is that now in total? Oh, down here. It's €19.97. This trick is called a dark pattern. Dark patterns are designed to get users to do things that aren't in their best interests. This is done by presenting information in a way that isn't neutral or by leaving things out on purpose. A classic example would be the colored Accept All Cookies button, while it may take several clicks to select only necessary cookies. The terminal interface is similar whilst less extreme. The total
I have noticed that I usually click avoid. Like, I'll do the necessary cookies, but I have clicked all cookies, so I'm not gonna say I've never done that, but I mostly try and do as little, like as most as possible to protect my data. But I mean, now that I'm making these videos, I'm kind of giving my data away even more. Yeah, that's weird.
amount is hidden in a tiny corner of the large screen. Standing in front of it, you have to actively look down to find the price. For McDonald's, maximizing the average order value is a key business strategy, but for you, the price should be a minor detail next to all the colorful products. In a statement to us, McDonald's Germany states the screens are as big as they are to present information as clearly and appealing as possible. They are also designed for accessibility. Now, it's finally time to pay. And here, another nudge. This time, the nudge is meant to motivate you to pay by card. You only see a smaller button for the option to pay in cash at the register. There are a few reasons for this. When you pay by card, you're more likely to make impulse purchases and spend more money overall. Plus, the two-sided order terminals let more people order at the same time. Up to 70% of customers leave when there are more than 7 people in line. You pay almost 20 euros for a thick menu, nuggets, and a dessert. In total, 2,000.
That's some data that I like to see. Like 70% of people leave if there's more than 70 people in line. That kind of seems like perfect math. So I don't know if it's 100% accurate. I would like to see the study on this. But it's interesting. It is interesting. Like, because I would leave. Like, really, I would leave after 2 people. Like, if I see 2 people waiting at the kiosk, like, I'm gone.
1,300 calories. Once the food is in front of you, and even more so after you devoured it all without mercy, you ask yourself, how did this happen again? The interface is a prime example of upselling. During the order process, you were tricked or at least subtly manipulated into buying more than you originally intended. Instead of a double cheeseburger, you end up with the Big Tasty menu and those nuggets on top. In many small steps, the terminal repeatedly confronted you with moments of comparison. These comparisons create subconscious pressure. Each step in the ordering process seemed rational to you at the time. You may have even thought you were getting a bargain. But imagine you had the following choice: a double cheeseburger for 3.50 euros or a meal plus nuggets and ice cream for 19.97 euros. You probably would have chosen the single burger. This example is of course slightly exaggerated, but making meals bigger is important for McDonald's. The margin on a single burger is low. Only when you add drinks, fries and ice cream, your order becomes really profitable for the chain. Those add-ons are cheap to buy and easy to prepare. That's why the menu is crucial for McDonald's. It works on the principle of bundling. The price is based on the most expensive.
I do remember hearing about that. Like, it's more beneficial for them to sell multiple things just because of the margins. Like, I don't know if this is still true, but I remember when I was in high school, it was a guy in entrepreneurship class who said that McDonald's loses money. I think they use like $1 for every Happy Meal because of the toy. But what they're hoping for is that, you know, the parents or, you know, older siblings or, you know, family or whatever is going to also buy a meal, you know, which would lead to more profit for them, you know, with, you know, because if you're, you know, let's just say for me, if I have a child and they want to go to McDonald's and I'm like, man, I need to get something to eat too. Even if I didn't want McDonald's, I would probably just get, you know, something from there as well, like a drink, some fries, a burger or whatever, maybe some apple pie. I don't know, but it's an interesting move. Like, I love advertising and all the little manipulation things that they do. And not to say that I love it, but I find it interesting. I guess is a better way to put it.
Expensive product like the Big Tasty. For McDonald's, the additional drinks and fries make the offer worthwhile. At the same time, for the customer, it appears to be a bargain, as the items in the bundle are much cheaper together than if they were purchased separately. Cross-selling also plays an important role in menu management. The SOT suggests additional products to you. That's much more effective than the usual "Would you like some fries with that?" at the counter. There are no social pressures, often no queue behind you, no one watching. Often, customers stand back to back in front of the terminals. And that's how you ended up with nuggets you hadn't planned on buying. McDonald's Germany confirmed that the average order size at their SOTs was slightly higher than at the counter. What slightly means in the definition remains unclear. We did ask for a ratio, but received no answer. In 2015, the fast food company reported to have served more than 69 million customers every day in over 100 countries.
Dang.
About half of all orders were placed through the order terminals. This makes the McDonald's terminal one of the most used interfaces in the world, probably only surpassed by TikTok, Instagram and such. McDonald's could potentially collect a ton of data every day. Data which they could use, for example, for A/B testing. Customers could randomly be shown different versions of buttons, like different sizes, colors, or wordings. Or some customers might see a recommendation for 6-piece nuggets, while others might see 9-piece nuggets. With these tests, McDonald's could continuously optimize the UI based on millions of data points to squeeze out the maximum amount of additional items purchased. It could be anything from the exact size of the sidebar to the color of the salad leaves or the way the desserts are arranged. McDonald's Germany told us that they don't do A/B testing in Germany. They could not tell us whether
I'm not gonna lie, that's interesting because when we were watching the menu earlier, I noticed the McFlurry Choco, like straight out the gate. Like straight out the gate. And I love chocolate. I love chocolate ice cream. A little bit more of a fan of vanilla, but it just popped to me for some reason, and I think it was the coloring, because if we go back, oh man, I'm not gonna be there. Hang on.
the sidebar to the color of the salad leaves or the way that
Okay. This was a white ice cream, like vanilla, and then you had the McFlurry frozen yogurt, and I'm thinking it was the contrast between having all of this white and then you have the chocolate right there, made it just pop to me. And then I kind of noticed this one, whichever one this was, but I'm thinking like that is so interesting.
desserts are arranged. McDonald's Germany told us that they don't do A/B testing in Germany. They could not tell us whether the company does such tests in other countries and referred us to McDonald's Global. We asked McDonald's Global for comment, but so far they didn't respond. Friends in the US and UK have tested the terminals in their countries for us. The user interface seems to be pretty similar. It's probably safe to assume that the techniques discussed in this video come into play in McDonald's restaurants in one way or another all over the world. There's no doubt that SOTs improve the customer experience. They save time and make the whole process more chill, a real blessing for introverts. And you don't have to worry about...
See, I told you, yo, introvert through and through, like, man, it's weird, like, I feel awkward making these videos, but I'm also doing it for a different reason, to collect data on myself. But I'm extremely introverted. Like, I stress out about calling people or like having to text people back. It is crazy, like how much anxiety it gives me sometimes. But I like the terminals. Like, even if it made me spend a little bit more money, if I didn't have to have that human interaction, like, it's going to sound horrible, but I'm actually looking forward to the day when I don't have to talk to a human at all. You know, like, I go in, I place my food on the terminal, a robot or an android comes out, hands me the food. And it's going to be interesting. Like, I'm curious if I'm going to have the same effect, like, where I get, like, I don't like talking to people if I don't have to. If I'm going to have that same, like, I guess, like, mental blocker, if it was an android that looked like a human. Like, I wonder if I'm going to still feel, like, weird or having to have, like, some type of interaction with something that's not even human. Anyways, that's way deeper in the future. Maybe, like, 10, 20 years from now, but that's a thought.
Being judged at the register if you want to treat yourself to a big meal with 2 desserts. But SOTs have a downside too. They are explicitly designed for you to maximize your bad choices. The techniques used are not unique by any means, but often invisible at first glance. You might think this is all so see-through and you're not influenced by little nudges or dark patterns. But people are. Otherwise, these terminals wouldn't be this effective. And a giant conglomerate like McDonald's...
I'm curious, do you like using the terminals or do you prefer the human interaction? You know, let me know in the comments. And then I'm also curious, have you noticed that you spent more money using a terminal versus just going through the drive-through, or just the traditional way with going up to the person at the counter? I'm curious about that. Seriously. Like, if you would, contribute to commenting on the video, I would appreciate it. Just because I'm curious, man. Like, this stuff is so interesting to me, and maybe it's interesting to you as well. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's another video or topic that you would like me to research. But anyways, peace out.